President Obama is visiting Africa this week, where, according to one organization, he should be focusing on anti-corruption measures. That organization is the Enough Project, which just launched a new investigative initiative called the Sentry that seeks to stop the financing of wars in some African nations. One of the Sentry's founders is actor George Clooney.
Real leverage for peace and human rights will come when the people who benefit from war will pay a price for the damage they cause.
I'm joined now by Akshaya Kumar, a policy analyst with the Enough Project. Nice to see you here.
Thanks for having me.
So the Sentry project is interesting. A basic question first, do you know who's financing these conflicts yet?
We don't. We have a general idea of the kind of people we need to be looking into, but we don't have the answers, and that's why this is an investigation. But the broader perspective that we're bringing to this issue is that the responsibility for these atrocity crimes, and these are gruesome crimes that you hear about in places like South Sudan or the Central African Republic, the responsibility for those crimes lies not just at the hands of the perpetrators, but also at the financial backers who help fuel these wars and conflicts.
How do you find these financial backers? How do you go about trying to track them down?
Well, we are just at the beginning of this initiative, but we are working in close partnership with investigators, with people who have experience using big data analytics and tools like Palantir, and also doing your old-fashioned investigative reporting, going out to the field, talking to people, cultivating whistleblowers, and trying to unearth the truth.
And why are people backing corrupt leaders and violence, very brutal violence against women and children and other people in these countries? What are they getting out of this?
The cold hard truth is that some people are profiting off of this. And the other dimension is that some don't know. Our supply chains are not very transparent. And so often with the absence of customer due diligence protocol, with the absence of requirements that force us to pierce corporate shells and look behind shell companies to find out who really owns the assets, it's possible that big banks or money service businesses are actually dealing with these bad actors, and they just are unaware.
And those bad actors would be people in the business of mining or extracting natural resources from these African nations.
It's a whole range of things. It could be about mining or extraction, but also arms sales, poaching, the trade of small arms, and also helping people who have stolen wealth from their countries, basically looted their state coffers to stash that money abroad.
I know this is very early in terms of the project, but any idea how much money we're talking about that could be going in for some of these untoward activities?
Billions. That's what we know. Even in the case of South Sudan, where I've done a lot of work myself, we know that billions of dollars have come in through oil revenues in the past few years. And if you go to South Sudan, there's basically no evidence of that money having been reinvested back into the country, whether it's infrastructure or businesses or even roads or streetlights. So what we do know is that a certain class of people have gotten wealthy, and now they're fighting over the spoils of that wealth, and that's led to a 19-month civil war.
Is this the kind of stuff President Obama should be talking about?
We definitely hope that he will. President Obama is going to Africa for the second time, really for a long trip, probably his last trip as president. And we hope that in addition to talking about the bright spots for Africa, entrepreneurship, growth and investment opportunities, he also talks about the challenges that African states face with corruption, illicit financial flows, and the devastating conflicts that are taking place just next door to Kenya and Ethiopia, where he's going to be traveling.
Akshaya Kumar, great to talk to you. Thanks so much.
Take care.
I'm Rhonda Schaffler for TheStreet.